Hello everyone, I'm Mahita from Partner Engineering team here at JFrog. In this screencast, we'll be discussing about JFrog's observability solution with Datadog. I'll be going over how to configure Datadog to gather logs, metrics, and violations from both Artifactory and X-Ray using Fluentd. And the major advantage of Fluentd is that it is a pluggable architecture and it can be used with various log vendors like Datadog here in this case. So let me go ahead and share my screen and guide you through the integration steps. The first step is to go to the integrations page here in Datadog and then search for JFrog. I already have this integration installed, but if you don't have it installed, go ahead and install the integration and then follow through the steps listed in the documentation. The first step listed here is Datadog setup. Since I already have an account and I already have an API key, I'll skip through the steps listed below and I'll go ahead and get the API key from my account. Organization settings, API keys, and then I'll copy my API key and keep it handy. And then I'll move on to the next step. The second step is Fluentd installation. You can choose your method of installation based on the Artifactory setup. I've set up my Artifactory and X-Ray using Kubernetes deployment with Helm. So I'll follow this for installing Fluentd as well. And I have an Artifactory HA installed. So I'll go ahead with the steps listed under that. The next thing to do is to form the .env file. This env file has certain parameters like JF product data internal, Datadog API key, the JPD parameters in the common JPD. So I'll go ahead and fill those details. The API key that I just got from the organization settings from Datadog and the JPD parameters that I got in from the Artifactory and the common JPD parameter. Once this is done, I'll fill in the details and upgrade the integration. You can see that I have an updated Artifactory and X-Ray, which is running with Fluentd. And this installation is successful. So this integration uses JFrog pipeline. You can see the pipeline listed under your logs, configuration, and the pipelines. So this log pipeline feature that Datadog provides is what helps the customers with pre-populated facets, which makes the log field searchable. So this reduces the additional step of adding facets manually, and you can see that the dashboards will automatically be populated. So let's go ahead with the list of dashboards that we have. The first dashboard that you see here is the Artifactory logs dashboard. This dashboard is again divided into sections like application logs, audit logs, and request logs. The first one, which is the application log section, this section tracks log volume and errors over time, which tracks information about the bursts of application errors that can go undetected otherwise. And the next section is about audit logs. This section tracks audit logs that help you to determine who is accessing your Artifactory and from where. So this helps in tracking potential malicious requests. You can see a specific IP or the username that has denied logins based on the username or denied actions based on their IP. And the next section is the request logs. And this section tracks response codes, the top IP addresses that are performing the uploads and downloads. The next Artifactory dashboard that we have is the Artifactory metrics dashboard. And this dashboard tracks system metrics. You can see the system metrics listed here, like disk free size, system CPU ratio, system disk use size, system memory free size. And it also tracks other information like the Artifactory DB connections, Artifactory JVM memory, Artifactory garbage collection, and HTTP connections. Now let's go ahead and look at the X-Ray dashboards. The first one is the X-Ray logs dashboard. This dashboard provides a summary of access, service, and traffic log volumes. You can see all the different types of X-Ray log volumes here. Customers can also track various HTTP response codes, the 500 errors, and other log errors for greater operational insight. The next dashboard that we have for X-ray is X-ray violations dashboard. This dashboard provides an aggregated summary of all license violations and security vulnerabilities that are found in X-ray. Information is segmented based on watches, policies, and rules. So you can see the number of violations per watch, per policy, per severity, and per rule. And you also have information about the top vulnerabilities that are found in X-ray that are segregated over severity and also by time. And there is also information about top vulnerable artifacts and how many users or IP addresses actually downloaded it. So this gives better insight into how widespread the problem is and who all users or IP addresses are actually affected by it. And you can also see a detailed information of all the violations or so you can see different categories here, which is like the license issues or the security vulnerabilities, and you can see the impacted artifacts and the signature of it as well. The next dashboard that we have for X-ray is X-ray metrics. And this dashboard tracks system metrics and also data metrics about scan artifacts and scan components. So this concludes our screencast. I hope this screencast helps you in setting up the integration. Thank you for your time.